everyone. Welcome back. I am Sandra. I am a mom who's been touched by addiction. I lost my son to addiction just over a year ago. And I have Luke here, who has been in recovery for over 2 years. Yay. And you are an advocate and you support many, which is fantastic. And today's topic is myth versus truth when it comes to addiction. There are many myths out there. We narrowed it down today just to 3 because we only have so much time. But stay tuned, I'm sure we'll do more. Number 1 myth: addiction only affects the person that is using. That is a myth. We know it is a family disease. Anybody that loves them is affected. I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think, Luke?
I think what just came to my mind too, we've talked a lot about this since I got here, is even as somebody who struggled with alcoholism and addiction, is sometimes you can think if you're just using by yourself or doing things by yourself, you're not affecting anybody. Because like there can be that excuse, like what, I'm in my room, I don't go out anymore, like who am I affecting? But you're affecting the time you're not there around the people that love you, you're avoidant, you're isolating and stuff like that, right? And then the big picture is when your family's seen you go through this, like it's affecting them, their mental health.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I remember Ben saying, well, what? I'm not doing anything to you. It's like, you might not be doing anything physically to me, but emotionally you are tearing my heart out. Because not only the things that you pointed out, but then there's the destruction that comes with it.
Yes.
The mood swing that comes with it. You may think it's just you and nobody else, but all of that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, to think back, like, I'm sure your parents were worried about you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you weren't the same person.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, because like you said, right, the destruction, it's affecting people when you act out. Because I was somebody who acted out a lot when I was high or drinking, right? And caused a lot of trouble, physical harm, emotional harm. But not only that, it's the thing I also mentioned, right? When you're kind of separating yourself from your family, they're still worrying, they're still sad. They want their son or their brother or their uncle back.
And it's not just the family.
Yeah.
Oh, it's anybody that loves you, anybody that you're in contact with.
Like
I don't know if you were working at all.
I had so many employers, right, where I'm lying about why I'm late to work. As sad as this sounds, and I can admit it, like I probably lied about several family members' funerals that I had to go to.
Right.
Like, it's as sick as that is to like, how could you lie about somebody? I did, because I was just trying to cover up my tracks. Yeah.
But it shows how the addiction took over.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that was it. So, myth number 1, it doesn't only affect the user. It affects anybody that loves them. Myth number 2, it only happens to certain people.
Yeah, this is a big one. Yeah.
I could tell you it does not discriminate. I know that people think it only happens to certain people. And we've talked about this because the stigma comes from those that we see on the streets that are panhandling.
Yeah.
Those are the people that only have an addiction problem. What people don't know is that it doesn't discriminate. Doesn't matter how much money you're making, what color you are, what religion. There are doctors and lawyers out there.
Exactly. I was going to say career, right? Whatever career you're in. Because you can look at people in certain careers of like, they're on a pedestal, but they can have their own certain struggle of what's going on, right? And another one with that, about it can happen, it only happens to certain people. I know people that have gone through severe trauma. And they didn't turn to like alcohol or drugs to cope with it. Maybe they have some other things they deal with. And then you have people like myself. I feel like I came from a very loving family.
Right.
Had all the opportunity in the world. It's not like I got beat at home and abused at home. Okay, I had some things happen. But you talk to certain people, when I hear people have had a rough childhood, and I'm like, wow, and like, you don't really drink or do drugs, like, so it can be,
it can happen to anybody.
Like anybody,
And that's such an interesting point, because I think what people don't understand is that I believe that some people are just predisposed to it, or the trauma's so deep, or whatever. There's a reason that people start using. Who wakes up in the morning thinking, you know what, I'm going to be an addict and I'm going to screw my life over.
Yeah,
I'm going to be horrible. I'm not going to care about my family.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to be a police officer when I grew up, when I was a
Wow.
kid. And I went total opposite direction.
Breaking the law.
I never got to put handcuffs on people, but they got put on
They
me.
got put on you, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm glad we could laugh about it because you are in recovery. Like, we can't make some of these stories up.
No,
It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
So it doesn't just happen to that person you may see on the street that's panhandling. There are different races, different religions, different occupations. We just it gets to me because anybody that's been following me knows that we started these videos to remove that stigma, and I think
Yes,
that's where the
yeah.
stigma comes from.
Yeah.
If people were to see the doctors and the lawyers and who have an addiction problem, maybe it would change. I don't know. Just
Well,
a
it's
thought.
very true too. Is like we can have our opinion on what addiction may be until it happens in our own family, until either you struggle with it or you know somebody who's struggling with it. Because there's a lot of people that, you know, will look at the guy panhandling and, oh, he's just going to take that money and use it for drugs. Okay, maybe he is going to do it, but
Maybe.
have you known what it's like to struggle so much that you'll do anything to get those drugs? Right. You know?
And do you know what it feels like to have those withdrawal pains that feel
Yeah.
like you're going to die?
That was a little boy or a little girl at one time. That was pure love that you see panhandling. So, like Gabor Mate says, not why the addiction, why the pain.
Why the pain?
Yeah.
It's so true. Because you grew up in a loving family. Ben grew up in a loving family. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was number 2. It doesn't happen to certain people, only certain people. It can happen to anybody. And the last one we want to touch on. Once you're clean, everything's back to normal.
Yeah.
So people seem to think, okay, you know, I'm sending you to rehab. Once you come out and you're clean, all
Yeah.
is good now.
You graduated.
You
didn't
graduated. You had a
Yeah.
big ceremony.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, you can talk from your experience because you graduated and you were clean for over 3 years and then you relapsed.
Yeah.
And now you're at a different point and you've been clean and sober for over 2 years.
Yeah.
So is everything like hunky-dory now?
No, like it's better. Obviously, like there's
Right?
change, but the battle, like in my head, is like still there. Other addictions that want to pop up, and you know, I shared this with Sandra earlier that, you know, I went through a breakup where I, you know, and I had to get honest about it. I indulged in addictive behavior, not alcohol or drugs, but to do with sex, and I was filled with shame with that because it's like, how could I indulge in that behavior? But I still have those tendencies where I want to
Right.
feel good, and I'm trying to, it was a coping mechanism. And a big part of being honest though about that is we shine light on that. And I'm a human, I'm in recovery, but I'm not going to be perfect. I'm never going to be perfect.
No.
But if I can stay sober one day at a time and try my best and be honest about
Yeah.
the struggles I still have today, maybe I have a fighting chance.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah, and it's a day-to-day struggle.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, we're talking, and it's that honesty. Secrets are so dark.
Yeah.
So as long as we don't keep those secrets and we share, and that's why I think like going to meetings, like I go to Narnon meetings still, and to be able to share those things out loud, and you come up with your own answers sometimes when
Yes,
you hear yourself
yeah,
talking,
yeah.
right? It's like I'm still going to these meetings, like, and
Yeah,
your
dude,
recovery,
yeah.
you're doing your meetings, you're doing the work, you're doing the structure in your life. But if one day something happens and you decide not to share, what happens?
Well, addiction thrives in secrecy and isolation, right? And the more and more I do that, I will revert back into my old ways, the shame, the low self-esteem.
Right.
And then, like we said, I chuckled about it, but it's true. Once the brakes are off the train and it's full speed, look out. Look
Right.
out. So it's where I'm never, until I'm either going to die sober and in recovery, or I'm going to die in the thralls of my addiction.
Right.
And the goal is to leave this earth a sober person and in recovery, because
Yes.
it's an everyday thing.
It's an everyday
Yeah.
thing, and I want people to know that are watching. I mean, you see us talking about it, you see Luke, and we're having great conversations, little chuckle here and there, seriousness, all of the above. But when the camera's off, we are still human beings going through human life situations, and in the end, it's how we deal with it.
Yeah.
Not keeping the secrets.
Yeah.
Recovery, just because you're sober, doesn't mean everything's hunky dory.
Yeah, you got
I
to
mean,
get it.
life is better.
Yeah, way better.
You probably
Way
have
better.
money in your pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, you came with an ice cap
Way-
today.
way-
Like, you know, there was a time that you probably thought, ooh, ice cap or something
Yeah.
to smoke, you know.
I have my own
right?
bank account now.
Oh my gosh, you have a bank
I
account.
got trust.
Right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
life is better, but we still need to continue working on ourselves.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's life.
It
With
is.
addiction, without
Yeah.
addiction. So myth number three, crushed. Once clean, everything is better. Well, a normal. I don't like that word normal, but once clean, everything's like a-okay. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it is, but there's still some stuff we're working
Yeah.
on, and that's
So I'm still living with this head.
you're still living with the
Yeah,
same brain, right? And it's getting rid of those old habits. So those are some myths that we crushed, and just remember that that you are not alone. I will continue to link up the supports, reach out anytime, and most importantly, where there is breath,
There is hope.
amen.
Amen.
You got it.
See you
Peace,
guys.
everybody. Take care. Thanks.